Okay. Anytime there's a retrograde, you can guarantee I'm going to make content that sounds exactly like this. Retrograde is not something you can avoid. So you might as well learn how to deal with it and even do that thing that everybody thinks they're doing when all they're really doing, plenty of whoever they are, is giving you lip service. Okay? What I mean by right now, for like a week, Venus has been retrograde in the sign of Leo. Now, instead of thinking just with one track mind, relationship with the significant other, I need you to broaden it. Okay? Because anytime there's a planetary retrograde, it affects all of us. So, first thing we all need to do, and I am still practicing this, is to come away from the thought in all of our heads that is, how is this affecting me specifically? Who fucking cares right now? Only you, only me, right? So anyhow, get past that. And instead of thinking about how you feel and how ever trepidatious you might be at this time during these energies, then this is mystical as I can get. Anyway, so for all the crap you're going through right now, that you're looking for, there are people who are actually actively looking for signs of everything they read about their partnership during Venus retrograde, any sign. Stop. Okay? Because it matters where your Venus sign is. Okay? Or your Venus planet, sorry. That matters. Because the one thing that is common in all of our charts is that we have the same planets. Not in the same places, but they're the same damn planets. So that's what I meant by come away from all of this. It's all about me and how's this going to affect me. Here's how you can figure that out all on your own. What's going on around you and how is it affecting you? And in what area of your life? If you're thinking about certain family members, if you're thinking about your significant other or your potential significant other, if you're thinking about friends, co-workers, anybody else besides yourself, congratulations. Now, the thing that you do with what you're thinking about, everything outside of yourself, is watch what is going on. And then think 8 years ago. So the last time Venus was retrograde Leo. And in my case, I could go back 16 years. And the one thing that is similar at this time of year during this specific planetary thing going on is that I start something brand new. But right now, I'm actually planning on finishing it. And no, it's not, about my guy. I love my guy. No. But those 2 times in my life, I started my education. And then 8 years ago, I went a little bit further. And well, here we are again. Maybe. I haven't checked my email. I gotta go look. Anyway. So, instead of being afraid of what you're going to lose, be excited about what am I going to finish? Because for some people, words carry weight more than they should. And for, like I was just going to say, some people finish, complete, pow, done. For some of us, they all mean the same. But for plenty of others, they all carry different meaning. And this is why retrogrades are scary. Because you're going to see exactly what it's a great big Freudian slip, with whatever planet is in retrograde and the element of the sign that it's in. Okay, so right now Venus is retrograde in Leo, and Leo is fire. So unless you're Leo rising, Leo planet, Leo house, something significant for you, that is Leo associated. The other thing that is also well associated with it is fire element because Leo is fire. So not only all those things I just said about Leo, but also fire signs. So, and it gets more better than that. You ready? And that's kind of complicated, but whatever house your Venus and your Leo are, if those things, Venus, ruler of, ruled by Taurus and Libra, and Leo, ruler of the sun, and those two houses, 2 and 5, that's a lot going on, but that's everything that is going on. So, yeah, when I read a chart, I got all of that going on up here, yeah? And all of that is going on up here because why? All of the associations. And then when I go talk to these people, excuse me, I needed some water. When I talk to these people, after I have looked at their chart and I'm giving them their readings, I am seeing them and all of their wounded parts coming to life through that chart. And so, I just said all of that and all those associations so that you could go backwards 8 years. What was going on then that is going on now? It could be anything, okay? What is same but different? What is exactly the same? And now you're aware of the reason why. I keep repeating myself about a lot of things, but astrology is just like a big clock in the sky. I mean, you need your birth time to find out what is in your chart, like for real. Anyhow, so Venus, Leo, retrograde, all that kind of stuff. Wherever your Venus is, wherever your Leo is, those houses, that planet, those signs, all going to have stuff going on, okay? But all the stuff that is going on has not a thing to do with other people. It's how you are responding to these other people. Leo, presentation, expression, all that kind. If you want to know more, go and research Leo zodiac sign. Anyhow. So instead of fearing retrograde, okay, because I tend to see it as now we get to see ourselves through other people in the mirror that is other people. Okay, so when we are expressing ourselves, when we're appreciating things, when we're hating on things, that's all Venus. You don't think so? Go look it up. Anyhow, so instead of thinking it has anything at all, like a lot to do with anybody else, no, it's your response to anybody else. It's your response in all of those Venus places in your chart, all those areas of life. It is your response to what you're experiencing. That is what's in the chart. And so, like I just said a little bit ago about when I go back 16 years, I started in education. And then when I go back 8 years, I was in the middle of it. And so here we are 8 years later. I gotta watch my email because that's how it happened 8 years ago too. We'll see. I keep saying we'll see. So, if things feel similar now, go back 8 years, think real hard. Some of us won't have to think real hard. I had to think really hard. And so now that I have this, remembering all these things, and then I go check, hey, 8 years ago, this bugger was in Leo then too. And then I went back some more and again, and back some more, and sure enough. So that's all I'm saying. Go back 8 years. What was going on then? And for some people who came back, who'd you run into? Be careful what you do. That's all I'm going to say. Myself, I'm absolutely happy. Why? Because when I go back 8 years, let me just go back 4. It's fine there. Anyway, so just so that you do not forget, the chart is all about you. You're the only one in that chart. That's your birth time, day, place, your name. That's all you. Please remember that. That's where all of these words come from. Find your Venus. Look at its sign and its house. What are the elements? Go figure out what the hell the house means. Make your own interpretation. You don't know what that is, send me an email. Takes me a minute to get to you. Got a lot going on in my life. Anyhow, please, babies, stop being afraid of the word when you see the word retrograde. You're driving yourselves crazy with that. Instead, just go ask somebody, hey, what is your interpretation of when Venus goes retrograde? What goes happen? Go look the last time Venus was retrograde Leo. Go look at that year. And then do it again. It should roughly be 8 to 9 years. But when I think about going back 8 years, exactly what I said stands out, absolutely stands out. My proof of this is that my oldest went back to his schooling for his trade. So, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway. And two, there are other things about a Venus retrograde that nobody thinks about that are not even the same as the other ones. It shouldn't be. It's a different planet. Okay, so stop scaring yourselves with all of these nonsense interpretations of words that other people are scaring the shit out of you about. I did it too, I'm not going to lie. But go find what the dictionary's definition of retrograde. And then go look at arcane, definitions. So you get a broader knowledge of that word retrograde and then how it fits. Okay, and then do yourself another favor. Go and read about the planet that is going retrograde. In other words, go find stuff, astronomy stuff. The hell with astrology for that. Go look at planetary stuff like real kind, NASA kind. Go look at that, okay? With everything and anything. Go and see what that is really all about. And then do yourself a favor and go look up all these words you don't know what they mean. Break them down. That's the best way to come up with your own interpretation. Myself, I like to do that and then go look at it out in the actual world and then start looking at charts. And I usually come pretty close to what's going on. So instead of being afraid, if you know that retrograde is coming, go and study and see what the planet is about, both astronomy, in the actual literal sense, and with astrology too. Anyhow, go do that stuff. Stop being afraid of retrograde time. Think of it more as it's coming and it's going to be like a test. And the test going to be a couple weeks long in this area over here, this area of study. And if you want to know for real how to do that, email me. Anyhow, happy next 5-6 weeks. I'll be back.